Grand jury indicts a man for a brutal fight with his biological son's stepfather that included the use of an illegal homemade gun. Local 12's Larry Davis has details now, live from Middletown. Larry.
Hi, Cammie. Police say that Michael Hecht broke into a man's home and threatened to kill him. The weapon he planned to use was a bit unusual. It was a homemade gun. And detectives also say that he found a way to put a 2-liter bottle to use. Middletown police say this was the weapon Michael Hecht was armed with when he broke into a Seabrook Drive home back in December. It is a homemade zip gun.
The zip gun was made out of parts you can get at a hardware store, like pieces of pipe and some fittings. He made a homemade gun that shot a .22 caliber round.
Even more unusual was the silencer that was attached to the zip gun. It too was homemade, consisting of an empty 2-liter Mountain Dew bottle. Middletown Police Lieutenant Scott Reeves says it appears that Hecht tried to use the weapon.
It appears he tried to fire the weapon. For some reason, there was a light strike on the bullet, and it did not go off. So everybody's very fortunate that it didn't go off when he tried to fire it.
This is Michael Hecht's police booking photo. As you can see, he had suffered head and facial injuries. Police say after Hecht, who was wearing a mask, broke into his former girlfriend's home, he waited for her husband, who wanted to adopt Hecht's son. Investigators say Hecht threatened to kill Roland Hamill as he pointed the weapon at him. Hamill broke free. Both men began fighting. Both were injured. Hecht suffered the more serious injuries. Police say there was 1 round inside the gun. Hecht had others in his pocket. Police say that homemade or not, the zip gun was a deadly weapon.
The gun was taken to the crime lab and they tested it, and they advised it fired every time. It might not be the most accurate weapon because it doesn't have the rifling in the barrel like a professionally manufactured gun does, but at close range it could be very lethal.
And Cammie, police say that the zip guns have been around a while, but they don't turn up very often. Now, they are cheaper, and the user does not have to worry about any paperwork or registration or anything like that. But they are illegal, and that is why Mr. Hecht is facing some very serious charges. Live in Middletown, Larry Davis, Local 12 News. Cammie, back to you.
Never seen anything like that. Larry, thank you. Now, among the charges returned by a Butler County grand jury are aggravated burglary and kidnapping. Those charges carry with them specifications for the use of that homemade gun and silencer, and they could bring even more prison time if Hecht is convicted.